The new Dungeons & Dragons movie is in theaters now. It's inspired by the highly popular role-playing game. D&D says the franchise has increasingly attracted more players over the years, including women, multi-generational, and family play as well.
Joining us in studio for their D&D related products are Lenny Goddard and Jeremiah Crofton, co-founders of 1985 Games, and I'm excited to learn. I have less of an idea about what Dungeons & Dragons is, but I am very curious about it because I know how fun it is and how much my friends love it. So thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Excited to be here. Definitely excited to be here.
Lay it out for us. What is your guys' company, 1985 Games?
Yeah, so 1985 Games was founded by Lenny and I a few years back. And really the goal here is that D&D is such an amazing and immersive game to play with your friends, but there's a lot of tools that you need to play the game. You can play kind of on a base level, but there's a lot that is left to be desired. So what Lenny and I did is we came together with a couple of our own friends and we built out a bunch of tools for you to use in-game that not only look awesome, but make it easier to play. So that's what we've been doing. So right now our main product line is Dungeon Craft, which is a 2D terrain system for you to build out maps and encounters. A big part of D&D for a lot of people is like laying out a board for you to visualize what's happening in front of you. And so for most people that means like a wet and dry erase board that you're squiggling little trees and rocks and stuff like that. But what we've done instead is we've built out Dungeon Craft, which has a bunch of like map pieces that you can build out encounters on and stuff like that. So that's our mainstay product. That's what got us into the system or into the community. Back in 2019 when we launched a Kickstarter.
That's so neat. And again, just a quick explainer for people if you're not familiar with the game. It is that role-playing game where you're building quest upon quest. So there's like a storyline that expands, so that having that physical map could really enhance the story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you play with a group of friends. One person runs the game while everyone else is playing a character inside of it. And those games can last. I mean, I have friends who've been playing the same game for 15 years.
I think that's so cool. It's so neat. All right, I want to dive into the company, 1985. You've come up with a pretty unique concept here about how to go about this company and to get people maybe more involved in it as well. Explain the concept behind 1985.
Yeah, so we're really looking to expand the business with the pandemic being over. What we've noticed is game stores are now actually open, which, by the way, if you ever want to learn how to play Dungeons & Dragons, go to your local game store because they always have beginner groups on how to learn. So we're looking to really expand the company. We want to grow into a lot of the game space, into a lot of the retail areas, and we need capital to do that. So what we're doing is we are selling shares in our company, and we're using a platform called Start Engine. We're not a publicly listed company, but we're using a platform that manages and allows people to buy shares. So right now you can buy shares in 1985 Games for as little as $250.
I think it's so neat. I think it's a really neat idea. And I'm curious how the industry, especially around Dungeons & Dragons specifically, these kinds of role-playing games has expanded. I mean, it's been around, since the 70s, I believe? With,
late 70s, yeah.
But it has grown to mainstream popularity, I feel like, over the last...
Obviously, it's theaters right now.
Exactly. How is that, with the movie in mind, how has that impacted what you see out of Dungeons & Dragons and just tabletop gaming?
I mean, it's grown substantially. I'd say the biggest thing is it's for a lot of people who are now making media, making films, building out new product lines. That's the stuff they did when they were younger, right? Like Stranger Things killed it on Netflix, and their whole theming is based on original Dungeons & Dragons content. It's on Big Bang Theory, celebrities play it all the time, and there's also a weird kind of crazy happenstance that this one streaming platform, Twitch, has blown up Dungeons & Dragons in a huge way. Critical Role is like a group of voice actors. One of them is in Last of Us, so another popular TV show. And it has got so big that they're doing $10 million on their Kickstarters. They're raising huge amounts of money because people are obsessed with the show and obsessed with the game.
And on that point, me being somebody who has never actually played but very interested, where can people like me find your product? Where can we, get ourselves started? Because this is so cool. You just got to look at this stuff. It's so the packaging, if that's what draws you in, it's beautiful. So, yeah, where can I purchase some of your guys' goods?
Yeah, so we have a website, 1985games.com, for anyone watching local Portland news outside of Portland. But if you want to pick up locally, you can also support game stores like Guardian Games, Rainy Day Games, Red Castle, stuff
Amazon.
like that.
We're on Amazon.
We're on
too.
Amazon,
Okay.
so we're everywhere.
Right.
Right.
Love it. Well, I think you've just crushed the concept behind it. I love that. Nice to see a little bit of the video too. We were playing of the Dungeon Craft there.
Yeah.
So again, you can see that layout there, that map that you've created. Lenny and Jeremiah, love what you've done so far. Excited to both of us need to officially learn how to play D&D.
I know. Well,
so
someone
we'll
has
stop
to
by
be a
soon.
dungeon master.
Exactly. I have a feeling that we can nominate either one of you to help us out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Guys, really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you both. And for more information, go to 1985games.com.